As we start the second part of our Chapter 8 unit, we are going to revert back for the next 6 days to Chapter 1, Sections 1.5 and 1.3. We're going to do 1.5 first, and today's the first day we're going to get into some of our exponent rules. The first thing I want to refresh your memory on is exponential form. Remember, that would be a to the x power, where a is your base, and b is that index, or also known as your power or your exponent. I add that term index in because we'll get into that in 1.3. Now, the next part is really just talking about these properties of exponents. So my first one is our multiplication property. This just states that when you multiply two exponents with the same base, you're going to add the powers. In other words, if we have a to the m times a to the n, it will equal a to the m plus n. On the other side of it, the division property is when we're dividing two exponents with the same base, we will subtract the powers. So if we have a to the m divided by a to the n, we have a to the m minus n. It's just like when we cancel them out like we've been doing in the beginning of Chapter 8, except now we're going to look at it through a property perspective. The third property we're going to deal with today is our power of powers property. And this just says that when we're taking a power to a power, we're multiplying those powers. So for example, a to the m all to the n power is a to the m times n power. Or if you have ab to the n power, it'll be a to the n, b to the n. Or if you have a divided by b all to the n power, it's a to the n divided by b to the n. So knowing these, let's take a look at a couple of examples. So our first one here, we have d to the second times d to the fifth. That means that I am multiplying and my base is matched, so I'm really taking d to the 2 plus 5 power, and which is d to the 7th power. Because if you think about that, this is like d times d times d times d times d times d times d. And we count them up and we got 7 d's, therefore d to the 7th. Now this next one, 5 to the 7th divided by 5 to the 4th. I know a lot of you want to get out a calculator and calculate that. But how about instead we write 5 to the 7th divided by 5 to the 4th, which is really 5 to the 7 minus 4 power due to the division property, which equals 5 to the 3rd, which, as we know, is 125. Now the third one, we've got t to the 3n divided by t to the 6n. I'm going to rewrite this on top of each other, t to the 3n divided by t to the 6n. That really means t to the 3n minus 6n power, which 3n minus 6n is actually t to the negative 3n. Now we're going to get into a property tomorrow that's going to take care of this. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to put a star next to this, and then in tomorrow's lesson we'll check back on this one and I'll show you how you can make it with positive exponents. Then finally, our fourth one of the day today is n to the 4th divided by n to the t all cubed. So that's n to the 4th over n to the t, and this is all cubed. That means this is really n to the 4 power cubed divided by n to the t power all cubed, which means we have n to the 12th, because 4 times 3 is 12 since it's a power to a power, and n to the 3t, which means that we're still dividing, so we can write it as n to the 12 minus 3t power. You won't see too many of those in your homework, but I wanted to expose you to those prior to getting to that homework. Your job now is to go ahead and complete these U-try problems, these 3, and make sure your exponents are all positive, which you won't have a problem with in these, and bring your questions to class tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to write your summary.